Hey guys, welcome to Chris's Beer Reviews. Today is Wednesday, October the 30th, and originally I had not intended on doing a review for this week, but when I got off of work, I was on my way home, and there's this beer store that I think I've been to like one time, and it's right up the street from where I work, and for some reason I decided I was going to pull in there just to check to see what they have. It's actually the first, no, take that back, the second beer store in my area that I found craft beer when I first started buying craft beers in that area. And, but the last time I was in there, they had quite a few to choose from, so I decided to stop in, pulled in, walked inside, and much to my disappointment, they didn't have really anything. I think the biggest thing that I've actually tried that they had was Sierra Nevada's Bigfoot barley wine style ale, which I'd already tried that one, so I kind of passed on that one. I wanted to try something different. They only had one other craft beer that I have yet to try, and it's a style that I have not actually reviewed or had this season. And anyway, like I said before, it was a little something different, so I decided to pick it up, and it is coming out of the Southampton Public House Brewery in Long Island, New York, and it is their double white wit beer style ale, which is kind of like your typical Belgian style white ale, except this one is what they're calling a double white. I don't really know the reasoning behind the double white, but anyway, it sounded, you know, pretty decent. Let's see, it is brewed with your normal coriander and spices and lemon zest. So anyway, I checked it on Beer Advocate, and let's see what Beer Advocate gave it. Beer Advocate gave it a score of 89, which is very good. Did not tell the IBUs, but it did tell the ABV. The ABV in this particular style wit beer is a 6.70% ABV, which is a little steep for a Belgian style wit. Says that its availability is kind of rotating. Bottle, you can get it on tap, in a growler, nitro tap or nitro bottle. Let's see, food pairings, cheeses would be peppery type cheeses, Monterey, pepper jack, tangy, brick, Edam, and feta type cheeses. It goes good with your, you know, just a typical salad. Poultry, fish, or shellfish. To be served in a pint glass, Becker, Nonic, tumbler, Pilsner glass, or Hokel, which I'm not familiar with that type, or a Seidel or Stein. And it said that it's not recommended for extended cellaring unless ABV exceeds average range. And if you do cellar it, it says to cellar it at a normal temperature of 40 to 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Anyway, like I said, I've not tried this particular kind, and I have yet to have a Belgian style wheat this year, so I decided, you know, hey, what the hell, let's pick this up and let's review this thing. So anyway, like I said, Beer Advocate gave it a score of 89 with an ABV of 6.70%. So this ought to be pretty interesting, guys. Anyway, enough talk. Let's crack this thing open, pour it up, and see what it looks and tastes and smells like. And I'm going to be drinking this out of a non-typical type glass just because I haven't drank out of this glass in quite a while. It's actually kind of a, it's kind of got the tulip glass rim around it, but it's actually a wine goblet. But I thought, hey, for this style of beer, I'm going to pour it in a different type of glass. So I'm going to try this out, guys. Let's pour it up. Very light in color so far. Alright, it actually held on, this beer. Wow. I am getting a lot, no carbonation that I can see. It's a very light golden color. Poured barely ahead at all. Very, very thin. I wouldn't even call it a head, just a little light ring around the top of the glass. But this beer, guys, is very, very hazy, and I'm seeing a lot. The most, I guess it could be, it's your malts, your barley, wheats, maybe a little bit of hop sediments floating all around in this glass, guys. I mean, this thing is definitely bottle conditioned. A lot of sediment. Beautiful looking beer. It actually pours about right for a Belgian style wit beer, and definitely an ale. But like I said, I've never seen that much sediment and remnants floating in this glass. It's amazing. This thing already looks tasty. Anytime I see that in a beer, I'm in love with it already. I haven't even put a nose on this beer yet, guys, and I can tell you right now, this thing is going to be mighty tasty. So anyway, while we're at it, let's go ahead and put a nose on it, see what it smells like. Okay, very spicy, very malty. I'm getting a little bit of, let's see, very bready. It's got a very, very thick smell of breads, buttery style breads. But yes, very spicy. I'm picking up on the coriander, a little orange peel, a little lemon zest, kind of grassy, but definitely malty. And I can't get over all this this hop and grain sediment floating in this glass, guys. It's amazing. Like I said, it's very malty in smell. I've got a very, very thick aroma of buttered bread. Buttered bread, kind of very yeasty, very malty. Beautiful smelling beer, guys. Let's go ahead, let's take a drink of this, and let's see what it tastes and feels like in the mouth. Oh yeah, very different. Very, very, very different. It's kind of sweet right up front, but yet I wouldn't say bitter as in like hop bitterness. It's more of a spicy type bitter. It's got a very spicy punch right up front, guys. I mean, this thing hits you right in the mouth. It starts off, like I said, excuse me, it starts off very sweet with a little bit of spicy bitterness. I taste the orange, the coriander. The coriander shines through on this, guys. Very strong. A lot of orange peel, lemon zest, a little bit of hops, a little bit. For a Belgian style white, this thing has a little bit of a hop bite, guys, just a little bit. I don't even know if they really even use, I guess you could say, hops for any kind of bitterness, but this thing it's got a little bit of hops, more malty. Once again, it's got that kind of buttered bread taste right in the mouth, kind of on the midways, and then it finishes very, very dry, or I would say medium dry on the palate. It's got a very crisp yet sticky kind of film on the roof of my mouth. Very tasty, guys. I can actually feel the I guess you could say the hops and the grain sediment in my mouth as I was drinking that. I could really feel it. That's quite amazing, guys. But it's very sweet, Like I said, starts off very sweet, a little bit of roasted nut, just a little bit of roasted nut, a little bit of caramel, but lots of citrus spice, coriander, orange peel, kind of a white peppery taste. I don't know if you guys are familiar with white pepper, but this has kind of got a hint of white pepper. Like I said, coriander, orange, lemon zest, buttered breads. I mean, this thing has got a lot of different types of taste characteristics going on here. There's a lot going on with this beer. It's not your typical Belgian style. This is like a Belgian style white ale times 5, maybe even more. I mean, this thing is, I can see where they're getting the double white. This thing has double the flavor of your typical Belgian style ale. Very good, guys. Highly recommended. It's got a great aroma. It's got a nice taste, a nice finish. One thing about this that I'm not typically a fan of is it does have kind of strong ester taste. It's got it's very boozy. You can actually taste the alcohol in this beer, guys. Let me take one more drink just to make sure. Yeah, I'm getting that strong kind of a little bit of esters, very boozy right up front. As soon as it hits my mouth, that's the first thing besides the sweetness that I get is the alcohol. I can taste the alcohol. And normally I like a well hidden ABV within my beer. You know, one that you can easily drink, but it does what it's supposed to do. I don't mind a higher ABV at all, but I like it to be well hidden. This one they don't try to hide the alcohol in it. But yet again, it does not ruin this beer by no means. Very tasty beer, guys. If you like the Belgian style white ales, excuse me again, I highly recommend this one. Anyway, if you see this in your stores, like I said, it's Southampton double white Belgian style wit beer. It's brewed out of the Southampton Public House Brewery in Long Island, New York. So if you see this beer in stores, guys, if you like the Belgian whites, definitely pick this one up. Highly recommend it. I'm going to take one last chug, guys, and I'm going to go for the day. Hope everyone has a wonderful Halloween, All Hallows Eve, Samhain if you celebrate that. Have a wonderful season, guys. And once again, drink safe, drink responsible. Cheers.